from Seriously Sweet and Cookie Snack Attack, and we are here to create our scribe Christmas tree tonight. I hope you guys will take a second and allow StreamYard to show your name. Please pop a comment over in the comment area and let me know who's watching tonight. Jen Mosier is going to be moderating for us, so if you have any questions, you'll be able to ask while I'm working. And also take a second and share the live stream so that we can actually all do something useful with our bazillion scribes. Hey, Jen, are you there?
I am.
How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so glad that you were able to moderate for me tonight.
Of course.
I enjoy spending time with all of you guys before Christmas. Like, I really, really enjoy it. And we're so far apart and there's so much going on, we can't really get together. So I tried to make a fake holiday like they did one year on Seinfeld. I tried to make Thanksmas so we could get together between Thanksgiving and Christmas, but it didn't work out. We had too much going on. But maybe another year we'll get to do something fun like that.
That would be cool.
So can everybody hear and see both of us well, everybody that's watching? Jen, I can tell you one thing I'm going to have trouble with because I have the lighting on and the angle where it is. I have to stand exactly where my glasses don't help me, but my good distance vision doesn't help me either. So I'm really going to be relying on you to do the comments for me.
Okay.
And I'm not going to be able to see them on the screen unless I lean in. So if I lean in once we get started making things, but if everybody has a good view and can see everything. Jen, I did want to ask you something. You had an event yesterday, didn't you?
I did. I had a vendor event.
And it went really well, right?
It went very well.
How many do you do before Christmas?
So this is the first year that I really ramped up on vendor events. And this will be my third one before Christmas. And I have one next weekend and then I'm done.
Okay, so 4. So is this the best one yet? The one you did yesterday? Okay, and I know that the big hot thing right now is marshmallows. Did you take marshmallows?
I did.
Okay, well, knowing that you are the queen of all things flavor, what are we up to for marshmallow flavors? What should I be expecting to receive?
We're up to 9.
We're up to 9. Okay. So what's your favorite?
I think the salted caramel.
Okay. So I haven't tried all of the flavors, and I'm sure Jen's got even more in her pocket. But the banana was what did you actually name that one?
It's banana pudding because it's got vanilla wafer on it. But I do need to tweak that one because you can't taste vanilla wafer enough.
Well, let me just tell you, if you are a vanilla wafer and a banana pudding kid, if that's your scene, oh my gosh, you need to order a box now. I don't know if you'll have time to make them before Christmas, but it's not going to matter. You're going to need them this winter. So just put your order in. Can you ship, Jen?
I can, just to friends, right? Like legally with my cottage license, I can.
Okay. So friends, you could send her a present. She could send you a present. Got it.
Got it.
But listen, I'm telling you, put an order in because they're tremendous.
So that banana one is one I'm going to try and turn into a cookie sandwich because my husband was like, you need to try and make a vanilla wafer sugar cookie and put that banana between it.
Hey, James is right on it because that spot on. That's
the chocolate, right? Because obviously I put
chocolate on it. It would not hurt my feelings.
He's like, it's a banana sundae now. I was like, okay.
Well, guys, here's what we're here to do tonight. We're going to take all these beautiful scribes. And earlier today, I did a video where I showed you. Am I looking in the right place, Jen?
Yes.
So I look, okay. Because I'm using a different camera tonight, guys. I'm really out of my element here. I'm used to being in the chair that Jen is in, not where I am right now. And I'm not used to doing a crafting video for the cookie group. So my area expanded into a 12-foot Bermuda Triangle that we could possibly lose things in. So we're going to see how this goes. But anyway, we're going to create a Christmas tree for our cookie rooms, our bakery rooms, wherever we put our special things to us for the holidays. And I was telling Jen earlier, in a minute, you're going to realize that I do have a real problem and potentially need an intervention over collecting scribes. When I show you the pile before we start, no judgment. I'm just trying to bring something good to you tonight and a way to display your treasures during the holiday seasons when it's most special. And I have found another item to work into my Scribe Christmas tree display tonight from my very first retail store when I was 30 years old. So I have something that I'm working in tonight with that. So I'm hoping you guys will look around your surroundings, which is why I didn't give you a supply list ahead of time. Find something that you really like that will make happy memories every time you look at it, that's from another core memory. So hopefully they're going to enjoy this. But do we have all our people tuned in? Are we getting there?
I think we are. I'm starting to show some comments.
Okay.
There are a couple of Facebook users. So if you wanted to have your name shown, you'd have to allow StreamYard permission. So you need to go back out and come back in.
You know, I'll be showing things for a couple of minutes. I'm going to show you the base for the one that I did last year. But before we get started with that, Jen, is there any upcoming specials for you that you want to tell anybody about? I feel like we were going to do a giveaway during yours and we didn't get to it. So maybe we should show them what the giveaway is.
So if you tuned in like a week ago at my tutorial, I did painting with markers. And I was going to give away a set of Food Doodler markers. Okay. And I totally forgot.
All right. Well, somewhere throughout our conversation during this live stream tonight, we're going to give you the information that you need to win. And when it's time to do that, just in case Jen gets nervous about it, I'll have her ask the questions. I'll monitor the comments and I'll grab a snapshot just like always, because we're streaming to 3 or 4 different platforms for my business. And then those have been shared into multiple groups. So we're going to go by the consolidated comment feed on StreamYard to pick our winner. Okay, Jen?
Yep.
All right. So was there anything? Oh, and don't forget, from now until midnight tonight, the membership, the membership for my subscription group, which this year is focusing on celebration designs, is on special for $110, reduced from $150. So a lot of you were like, oh, Amy, I'm going to send X number of dollars to the coffee shop. And I was like, you know what? That's enough to cover your membership. Please just go join the group. So don't feel like you need to tip and join the group. If you're really wanting to like spend the whole year together in Cookie Snack Attack, that's the place that you're going to see all of those ladies every single month. So go purchase admission to the group, whether you just watch it or use it or learn about techniques or hang out with us, whatever you want to do. I would really like, if you're going to make a big donation over there, I encourage those ladies, because I had 3 or 4 of you contact me to go over and purchase that group membership, because then you have something for what you donated. Now, you can do both. I'm not going to say no to anything this month because it's December and it's tight around here and I need to cover all the live stream bills for the next couple of months. But I'm just saying, if you were going to do that, then go do the other so we can hang out together all year. Okay, last year, do you remember the reel that I did where I had the little Scribe Christmas tree? Do you remember that, Jen?
Yes.
Okay, so let me start to move this camera down. This is a different camera, so I may have to reposition. Just hold on one sec. First, I want you to see this incredible pile of scribes. And I have to move this. Can you see that, you guys? Does this scare you, Jen?
It is. It's very scary because I don't collect scribes.
I didn't even count them. And I didn't set out. Let me see where that cord is. Let me see what this is attached to and see if I can get it out of your way. What is this for? Is that out of the sight now?
Yes. Well,
okay.
Now it's back.
How about now?
It's pretty good. The very bottom corner. Oh, now it's out. It's out.
Okay. So I didn't set out to collect scribes. What happened was I had friends that made them and they started sending them to me and I love them and I love using them in videos because I just think that's so much fun. Let me see if I can get this. I really wanted you to see the volume of this pile. It really grew this year. Can you guys see that? And then at CookieCon, we had exchanges and gift exchanges. And so these were a lot of the items that people were giving away or exchanging. And then my teacher friends were bringing me these as well. So I didn't set out to create this problem, or to create this mass amount. But then when it happened, I was like, you know what? We're going to do something with this because I want to enjoy them. So I'm going to come slowly up this way. Jen, tell me if it's too fast.
Nope. It's good speed.
Okay. So last year, you guys, I did this itty bitty tree. If you saw my reel last year, it was this. It was this tiny, like 4-inch terracotta pot. You see that? And it was this little, I think this is it's a number 9 craft foam. You can just cone. You can get these at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart. So I just weighted my pot. I ran my lights up through the bottom of the pot last year. We're doing something different this year, but I ran the lights up through here, had my battery pack on the outside, and then I weighted it down with just some of those little like glass stones. And you know what, Jen? I think I need to switch to the other screen. Are you okay if I switch us?
Uh-huh.
Well, I have let me see what the work area turns into if I do this. Does that get us a little more space?
Yeah, because now you see all the
good.
ribbons.
Okay, is that good? Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the pot from last year, and you saw how many scribes were on that. So I wanted you to see this is 8.9 inches tall. This is the smallest one you'll find. They also, these foams come in green or white. It doesn't matter which color you get. I bought both just so you could see them. The next size up that I could find was 11.9, and it's just a little bit taller, and it also fit in that same pot. So if you just need a gradual upgrade from year 1 to year 2, you can use that. Then the next size up that I found is 17.9. And believe it or not, with all these scribes, this was not going to be tall enough for the extra thing that I wanted to do. But this one almost fit in that same pot. The problem is, you guys, you're going to have to pay attention and find something that's going to have a heavy enough bottom that it's not going to tip over once your scribes are in it. Okay, that's going to be really important. So I'm going with the big kahuna tonight. Can you guys see this one? It's 24 inches tall, but we're not going to use all 24 inches of this because remember I said I wanted to do something special because it's Christmas and I'm closing one store and thinking about my first store. My very first store was here in Virginia, and it was Virginia Appeal. Can you guys see that? And it was in Sperryville, Virginia. And actually, it was one of my very favorite stores ever, literally ever. It was only 600 square foot. It had like 14-foot ceilings. It was very country. It was out near the mountains before you got to Skyline Drive. I just adored that place. So I found this super big 24-inch one. And I found this jar recently. It has been in storage. And so what I did was I made sure that my cone would fit down in this jar all the way down. So I don't need 24 inches of height this year, but I do need something because it's going to be so heavy. Those scribes weigh like 15 pounds. I weighed them in a box a little bit ago. And they're very heavy. So I wanted to be able to sink my cone into this jar because I wanted to be able to use this jar. Now, if you want to use a terracotta pot, you can definitely do that. But I would encourage you, unless you're going to leave this out all year, I would encourage you to make everything where you can remove it. And Jen, I think I have to move back just a little further on the camera.
Okay.
If you'll just watch for a second. We have any questions yet, or is anybody saying hello? Or they
Everyone said hello, and I posted them all up on the screen. No questions yet.
How's that looking? Can you see a little better?
Yeah, so I can see the whole jar, but obviously we're not seeing the very top of the cone.
Okay, that's okay. We're about to tip it up, but I want you to see the jar first. Okay, so because I'm having one of those years and I have life changes and whatever, I am closing down my storefront. So I'll be baking from the house. When I start baking again, I'll be going cottage bakery, which will be like stage 3 of my career because I started out retail stores and then bakery, dessert cafe. I had a huge dessert cafe in Florida, and now we're coming back to working from the house because that fits my life better right now. So because I'm doing that, I am using up some things this Christmas. Can you see this? This is 15 pounds of Christmas sprinkles that when I was baking cupcakes at my store here or in Culpeper, I would have gone through this in one weekend. Like this is just one weekend's worth of supply. So these are some old ones, and I'm going to use these tonight to make my the bottom. You don't have to do this. You can just tuck it in your terracotta pot, but I'm going to fill my store jar with these sprinkles just to have a little extra Christmas magic. Try to make myself not so sad about changing some things. You know what I mean? All right, Jen, you okay?
I'm good. We're good.
So I'm keeping that there. The other thing this is going to do, guys, is it's going to weight it. So it's going to keep my cone exactly where I want it to be. So you don't want to move it around a lot while you're filling it. However, I did practice with this the other day, and you can bring your cone up a few inches as long as you have a really tall jar like this. It doesn't have to go all the way to the bottom. So I'm going to fill, and then I'm going to lift it just a little bit.
So Nadine wants to know if you could use a funnel.
Absolutely. But this works just as well. You absolutely could use a funnel. You could set up a piece of parchment paper. You could use the thing off your mixer. But for me, I want to fill it. I want to give it a little shake here. I want to make sure that it, especially on the front and the two sides that are going to be visible where I'm displaying it, that I have sprinkles all the way around it. And then I'm just going to, can you see me shimmying it up just a little bit?
Yes, we can.
All right. So I want to have, I want two-thirds of my cone sunk down into this. And you have to make sure, obviously, I think this was like a 10-pound thing of sprinkles when I bought them for the store. And I just found the box the other day when I was moving stuff. So these are not usable. They're definitely expired, but they're not so dried out that they don't have good color. And so when I decided to do red and gold and green for my tree, I thought, oh, well, I'll just pull those sprinkles out instead of doing rainbow sprinkles. That'll look really pretty, and it'll anchor the Christmas color scheme a little bit. So I'm just filling my jar. You guys could even, if you want to do a really rustic tree, you could use beans, pinto beans, navy beans, lima beans, any of the dried beans. You could anchor around something like this if you want to do it this same way. And again, you don't have to do it like this. The first year I did it in a terracotta pot, and I put a tree skirt around it, and it was beautiful. I just thought I'd do something a little extra. And I need this to be done when I'm done tonight because I have a place in the living room where I'm going to go display it. So what's everybody doing tonight, Jen? Have they said?
Nope. It's pretty quiet tonight.
They're
being kind to me.
Huh?
They're being kind.
They're being kind. You're so funny.
They're not overwhelming me.
Not yet, but it might happen. So any questions on about which cones to use? Also, guys, one thing I did not mention yet, I would leave your cone covered in the plastic. It just is a little cleaner as you start to add your scribes and your ribbon. And if you take my advice and do it to where you can reuse everything, obviously I'm not going to reuse these sprinkles. I'm just looking to have a use for them before I get rid of them after Christmas this year. But if you... What was I saying, Jen? I got so focused on that. I thought I was going to drop that whole thing.
Just about reusing your...
Oh, yes. If you make it to where you can reuse it all, you're going to want to make sure that you have something heavy enough to anchor it so it won't fall over. All right. So I feel really good about this. If I wanted to, I could add a tree skirt around this, like one of those little mini tree skirts, but I really don't feel like I need it. And look how pretty that looks, you guys. Isn't that cute? And I'll have this nice memory for my family this year, too. My mom and I have been going through old Christmas ornaments. So when I found the jar, I was like, oh, I'm going to take that jar and put some of my antique cookie cutters in it and put them on display. And then I was like, oh, no, if it'll fit, I have an even better use.
Yeah.
All right. So one thing you could do for this, if you're worried about your cats or anything getting into it, I don't have cats, so that's not an issue here. But if you are worried about that, one thing you could do is press and seal right in here because it'll end up being covered up by the ribbon. But you could seal this off with some press and seal and just be done. And then you don't have to worry about anything getting into it. I just want to make sure I have them all fully to the front. We good there? All right, so there, this is heavy, you guys. It's really heavy. There's no way it's going anywhere. It's super cute looking. Of course, you're going to want to give it a good shine before you put it out. and put some of those cabinet, if you are going to use a glass jar, my recommendation would be to put some of those cabinet door rubber footies on the bottom of the jar so that nobody accidentally runs into it and ends up breaking it, and then you have glass to deal with. All right, let's flip up just a little bit more so that we're up to the part where we're working on this. Okay, do you see all these boxes that still have Christmas boxes still to ship? Are we good right here?
Yeah, we're good.
I want to be able to see the bottom right there too.
Yeah, I mean, you can see a little bit.
Okay, now we're going to come over here. So just a few little suggestions. When I get to the top of my tree, I found this really cute gold gnome. So when we get to the top, when the tree's finished, we're going to actually glue him on the very top of the cone. He's going to be the only piece that I have to break off because I don't want to put a bunch of holes in him, but I just thought he'd make a cute little topper. Do you see him? He was $2 at Walmart. So we're still on the inexpensive side right now. Okay.
So Facebook user has a question for you.
Okay.
They want to know if the Smart Sketcher 2.0 adjusts the size. If so, does it do it well?
From your phone, and I don't have any trouble with that. It does it very well for me. I can do it right from my phone screen. All right, so we'll talk about that later, though, because I want to keep this just on this, okay? So we'll do that in another video so that this one stays all about the Christmas tree. All right, so I happened to be in Walmart earlier today. I said happened to be. I really went there on purpose because I wanted you to have some things to look at on camera. Do you see this string of lights? This is actually from Michaels. These are already on sale right now if they have any left. These actually come in the box and they're kind of wound back and forth. I curled mine. This is one strand is what I used on my tree last year by curling it up like this. So I have 2 of those. This year, what I'm going to do is just have my battery pack hang off the back of my jar. Like, see how this is like if this were on the front, I would just have it hang off the back. I'm going to put it Velcro and just stick it there so I can turn it on and off. Last year, I had it under the pot. The pot sat on top of it, and I had a little tree skirt, okay? So I have 2 of these if I want to go that route. So I have that one. And I have this, and I can leave them curled up if I want a lot more light per square inch like this. I can use these 2. Or if they're already all gone at Michael's because Michael's has been running a big sale, Walmart still has these. These are 20 in a pack. They're LED. They have the green cord. They take 2 AA batteries. And these are little LEDs, and there's 20 on a strand, 2 batteries instead of 3 of the others. So this is another very viable option. Both are very lightweight. So you guys go with whichever ones you feel like do the best job for your tree. You're going to add them on at the end. Also, if you have scribes, but maybe you don't have a ton of scribes yet, and you're feeling like, well, I don't know if I have enough to do a whole tree, just pick up one of these little boxes of mini ornaments. They're like an inch and a half. This was $3.97. There's 20 pieces in here. If you're doing a small tree, you could use this as filler after you've built the base part of your tree. So you can take a look at the scribes you have and then fill in around it, okay? So just pick up something like this. And my color scheme, again, is the red and the gold and the green. So this worked perfectly. Also, my friend Debbie got me these awesome string lights from Michaels. This is the little gingerbread cookie cutters. They're meant to look like cookie cutters on a string. If I can work these in after we get all done, I'm going to add this strand to the tree too because I just love it, and it's the little copper cutters. So those are some options for you on lighting, okay? And I would recommend doing battery pack lighting specifically because you can replace the batteries. This can be a mobile tree. It doesn't have to be plugged in. Then you can do all kinds of different things with your ribbon. I've got some AAAs here. I've got some AAs. But for me, I tested these 2 packs tonight. So we're going to go with the bright white LED. And then I'll figure out how I'm going to string it in there later. And mostly because the coloring is like a warm. And I wanted to have this, it's like a warm, soft light. So it had a yellow haze to it. So I wanted to make it work with my little gnomes. And the gnome is in honor to the final month of our gnome tutorial group. Now let's talk ribbon for a minute because you can do so many different things. My recommendation, having done this for a few years, is not to use a ribbon over 1.5 inches wide. Can they see that, Jen?
Yes.
Okay, so not over 1.5 inches, and something.
Lift it up a little.
I would not use organza ribbon because it's so thin that it won't catch it when you're putting your scribe in, and we're attaching this so that it's removable so you can reuse it again. So we need something that's got a little bit of thickness or firmness to it, I guess, but that won't detract from your scribes. So I picked out a selection today at Walmart because I don't know how much I'm going to need on this big tree. So I'll tell you at the end. And Jen, I probably should tell them how much of the cone is exposed so that we can see how many of this pile of scribes is left over or if we use them all. So I'm actually working with an exposed area of 14 inches. So that's 2 inches more than this cone, okay, than the 12-inch here. Do you see? So what I'm about to do, you could do on this same size if you mounted it directly into a terracotta pot. Hey, I can't see what those are. Will you read those to me, whatever you just posted?
Yep. I put, maybe you can put the gingerbread lights around the base and dangle off the jar edge.
Oh, that's a great idea. Who put that up?
That was Lavelle.
Lavelle, that's a great idea. Maybe we will do that at the end. I was kind of thinking I'd zigzag them along the front, but I want to see how the scribes look first. Okay, here we go. There was also some beautiful ribbon a few weeks ago, like buy one and then you got 3 rolls for free with gnomes. The problem with using a ribbon like this, of course I bought it because I'm using it at the house because it's a gnomey. But the problem with using a ribbon that's like this is you need to run it up and down, and we need to go around when we're adding our scribes for the weight, right? And for positioning. So this one, although it's very, very cute, it's something you would go back and make a loop and just tuck it in later. You wouldn't use it on your main tree. I also picked this up. This is actually gift wrapping. Have you guys ever seen this? To make little gift package bows. They have gold, yellow, green. This is from last year. Can you see it?
Yep, you're good.
It's just strands. It's basically like tinsel on a wire is what it looks like. But it's great filler if you need to zigzag when you get done. And then I left this pile of ribbon out because this is what we used last year. We used our bows that were already made for our gift tags for our cookie packages. That's what I used last year to do my bows. So you certainly could do that again this year. I just didn't want anyone to be confused about what we used and what we're doing different this year. You can also use this solid satin ribbon, but this doesn't tend to stay put. So then you have to get like jewelry U-pins to pin it in place. But it is usable if you'd prefer a more solid opaque ribbon. I really liked the glitter. Okay, so I picked out a Merry Christmas. We're going to try to make at least a little bit of this show so we can see Merry Christmas on the tree somewhere. But our main ribbon that we're going to use tonight is the green and the gold. And let me just scoot back a little. You can see how great that's going to look with my colors that I picked out for my sprinkles. Okay. So if I get right here, Jen, can they see?
Yeah, actually that's better because you can see the entire cone.
Okay. Let me see if I just disregard my cookbook shelf over there that you guys are going to see, but I'm going to try to, how's that, Jen?
Good, good, good.
Is that okay like that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll start here. You see okay? You can't tell what they can see. I hope
you're good.
See.
You're good.
You like my little Christmas window? Those are my cookie tins and my little Nomi that someone sent me, and those very, very hard to find toolboxes. Did you see all that on TikTok? These little guys?
Yes.
So I have a few pink ones. All right, so we're going to get started and just do the basics right now. So I'm going to be working with the gold and the green. So they're just slightly different types of ribbon, and it's going to make a huge glitter mess on my table. If you're not into glitter, please don't panic. This is really not a problem. I don't mind it, and I own a vacuum cleaner, so everything will be okay. Now, the first thing I do, I need to flip down if I can. The first thing I like to do when I start to build my tree, I'm looking at my pile of scribes. Is that okay? Everything's out of the way now?
Yes.
Okay, so I look through my scribes and I'm like, oh, okay, which ones do I really want to show? Which one do I want to be at the top? And I pull those out. So I love these little guys. These are by, is it Semi Sweet Designs by Mike?
It's Mike, Semi-Sweet Mike.
Semi Sweet Mike. So there's 3 colors of this. Sally OL gave these to me for Christmas one year. I'm pretty sure it was Christmas. So there's a light aqua, dark aqua, and a pink. I always like to make those really prevalent. Where did I? Yeah, really prevalent. So I'm going to set them over here. All right. I'm just making my little pile here. And let's see, there's another one that was like, for whatever reason, it was like one of the first scribes I ever got. So I always try to give it a prominent spot on my tree. This was like a first from one of my items from April at Sweet and Saucy Life. I think this came from her, from something with her. So this one is one I like, and it's pink and green. That's actually why I got it that year. I absolutely have to have a thingamajiggy because this is one of my favorite cookie tools. So I keep that to the side. This year, we definitely want to get something prevalent that has our Cookie Snack Attack logo from the scribe exchanges that we did. So I'll just pull something else that's kind of pink. And then this cutie was in the scribe exchange. I don't know if everybody got the same color, but mine was pink. So thank you for that. I'm going to make sure that gets a prevalent spot. The Grinch, the green man, can I say the mean green guy? He has to have a prevalent spot on this tree this year. Let's see. And I had a couple of him. So I think I'm going to go with this one. Can you see his face? So I'll use this. So just pull out about, I don't know, maybe, no, this one. This one's better. They might be the same, but this one is more solid. The beads aren't sticking. And then, like, if you had a favorite memory from the year, this is your time to go through here and pull out something that you want front and center on your tree. All right, so I'm going to flip this up just a little bit. Come back up to the cone if I can. Are we back? Okay.
Yep, you're good.
So for me, like, I really enjoyed CookieCon Orlando. That's where I made you guys this little scribe for my elective students. So I'm going to put one of those. This is the first year I met Miss Deborah. I'll pull this just because I remember that so well. I've got, I'm going to pull a bee because I really enjoyed all of the bee things I was able to create this year. And there's usually a heart in here somewhere. And I love to have that heart. Oh, and then you know what? There's still a bunch of scribes missing from this pile. That's really bad, but there were some I bought at CookieCon that had big Mickey Mouse ears. And I don't see them, so they're probably somewhere safe, but I'll add them later. And I should pull Allison's because Allison does so much for the group. I want to put that forefront. I just need to find it. Do you see it? Oh, here's Allison's. We'll put that forefront there. All right. I think that is enough. Oh, and also I do have this in here. This is actually like just a little scoop for doing dry dust that someone sent me. So I'm going to keep that. And then I'm just going to leave the rest of them here for now, okay? What I will do, sorry for rotating again, coming back on the scribes. What I do want to start with, though, guys, is the longest scribes. So you want to just quickly, this doesn't have to be a 10-day process. I pulled out my favorites that I know I want them to go to the top. You've looked at the ribbon we're going to use, which is right over here. Now I'm going to go through and I'm just going to pull out all the ones that are on the really long turkey lancers, okay? I want to pull as many of those long ones as possible because if you have a lot of those, you want to use those at the bottom because you want your tree to be graduated in size from large to small as you go up the cone. Let me see. I feel like I had a ton of these and now I'm not. Oh, I guess it's because some of these are like this. I felt like I had a ton of these really long ones, but honestly, I'm not seeing a ton of long ones right now.
There's one actually right in the middle of the pile on the top. It's got like a white and peach gray.
Where is
ribbon?
It? Ribbon?
Right. No, not a ribbon. Beads. Sorry. Right underneath your hand is one. It looks like a long one. Right underneath where your hand was.
Here? This one?
Yeah. Isn't that a long one?
It's a medium, but it'll work.
Wow.
it's hold on. See, it's just a smidge shorter than.
Got it.
And normally I go by these tops, but this is a really heavy gauge wire on this one. All right, so that's mediums. And you can be sorting, like these are much shorter, right? You can be sorting them as you're going. I use the shorter one. So if you have a bunch from me, Other than your nutcracker, they're probably all short. So just sort your pile before you start. You don't need to sort colors really, you guys, because that's not really going to matter once you get all the ribbon on the tree. And you can see, can you still see my pile okay? You can see from this, I have a ton of short ones. So I'm going to make that bigger pile. I'm going to put that further away from me because that's the last ones. The short ones are the last ones we're going to use. So I'm going to start moving those away. That way I can get a nice pile of medium and long because we're going to work long. Let me flip up just a little. We're going to start right here with the longest ones. And as we go up, we're going to work to medium and then to short at the top. And then if we need filler, we'll go back in and fill in. We'll go back and fill in short ones all over the tree because I have so many of those. But this is just to make sure you basically need at least one full run at the bottom of the long ones. That's what we're trying to make sure we have enough of. And they need to be colorful. Oh, and this was a fun scribe too for anybody that got one of the Christmas gift boxes. There was a set of boxes in the more expensive boxes that had this jingle bell. That was a fun one this year.
So Kathy was asking if the jar's filled with sprinkles, and yes, it is.
It is. It is. And when they ask if you want to just give them a little commentary so it gives me a break from talking while I'm sorting, that is totally cool.
Of course.
And fill them in on what we did. Let's see. I feel like we have enough to get started. Okay. All right, so I'm going to start with my gold and my green. And I like to start on the back of the jar just so that if I don't like how it looks later, it's easier to hide. But I start with two pieces like this. I literally just give them a twist and tuck them under so it already looks finished. And I'm going to grab one of my long scribes, just any of the long scribes. This one has all these cool charms on it from Cookie Con. Can you guys see that with all the angels? Perfect for Christmas. So I just tuck that through the material. Now, obviously, there's 4 layers of material on this starting piece. It's not going to be like that the whole time. So just poke it through the first 2. Let me see on camera there.
Yep, you're good. You're good.
Twist it, poke it through that, and then anchor it. And what you want to do on this bottom layer is you want to go straight in and let the weight of it rest on whatever container you're using. And you want to go in about 2 inches. So can you guys see that right there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now we start to split the ribbon. So the next one, I'm just going to make like a little 2-inch loop with my fingers. I'm going to take another long scribe. I'm going to come about 1.5 inches over, and I'm going to tuck in the next one. Then my green, I'm going to go the other direction, make about a 2-inch loop, just kind of twist it under. We don't need every single bit of this to be covered. But if you're going to get really OCD about it, I'll tell you another trick. Do you think they're going to get OCD about
some
seeing
will
the white?
And some won't.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said some will and some won't.
Okay, so if you're going to get OCD about seeing any white cone, then you're going to need to be really careful how you space your ribbon. And when I come around to the front of this, I'll show you how to smush the ribbon to fill in those gaps, okay? I'm going about every 1.5 inches, anchoring in, letting the weight of that rest, and then fluffing my ribbon just a little. Can you guys see that okay?
Yep.
Now
Kathy said, though, you need a turntable.
Say again?
Kathy said you need a turntable.
A turntable. Well, I'm going to work my way back over because I want to bring a little green ribbon over here. So at this point, I'm just anchoring and I'm working my colors in, okay? Because I just want to have my really spaced out area filled, and then I'll go back and fill in the rest of the scribes. Okay, so do you see how it's already looking and how I'm offsetting between these bottom 2, the next layer? We'll see when I get to the front. Now
yeah, I was going to say, that's probably why Kathy was asking, because you can't really see what you did.
I'm going to cross this ribbon here, tuck that in. I'm going to split it up again because I don't want to run through all my ribbon. And I want to keep those loops where they're like 2 inches so that when I flatten them, they just cover underneath of the tree, but my ribbon is still in good shape that I can reuse it. Okay. Come right here. And I have several of these from Allison, and I like to put the charm ones where you can see the charms like they're ornaments. Do you want me to zoom in a little bit? Do you want me to see if I can get closer?
Yeah.
Tell me if this works. I'll lift it a little and we'll see if they can.
Yes.
How's that? Is that good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. All right. So a lot of this, you guys, is going to be like what you want it to look like, which scribes you want where, but your spacing is where I want to really help you to get every 1.5 inches on the bottom. And then your next row, you're just going to come back and tuck the scribes into the ribbon that's already there. And you're going to be offset in between. Like if there's 2 here, you're going to put the next one here. Can you guys see that okay? Mm-hmm. So if there's 2 here, we're going to come in and drop 1 here. And we don't need to run another row of ribbon. The first round of scribes is to get our ribbon set. There we go up a little bit more. Now, I'm not adding that Merry Christmas ribbon yet because I want that to just go across the front. Can you still see? I feel like I zoomed and now you can't see.
Yeah, I think we're zoomed too much.
How about
That's
that?
Good.
You could do all green if you really want it to look like evergreen. You can do all green. Now see how this one just got loose? This got really loose and it's moving. I don't like that. So I'm going to take it out and go through 2 layers so it catches it better. And now I feel better about it. I know it's strange, but once you build a few of these, you're going to like come across a way you like to do it in a way that you don't want to see it done. And you'll just do that. See all that glitter falling?
That we cannot see.
It's good that Brian's not in here. He would be like, what is happening right now? Now, my first 2 rows are pretty much perpendicular to my work surface. So if this is running like this, I'm coming in at a straight 90 into it. Like if this is my layer, how they're laying, and I'm coming in at this direction. Okay, so a 90 degree. As I start to go up the tree, you're going to start to angle them. But you have to do that row by row. So just go slowly. Any questions, comments? Has anybody already built one? Jen?
There's nothing there.
Nothing? No one's commenting? Well, where are you guys watching from tonight? Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us if you're having the bad weather. Tell me if you've already made your scribe tree. Tell me if you want to do the scribe exchange again next year. And I'm just going to keep, oops. I don't think I mentioned it, but it pretty much goes without saying you have to take the tip protectors off as you go, right? Now, on the bottom layer, when you're putting these long scribes in, it's up to you how far in you want to press them. Okay, so just some of them have beads further up and some of them have beads further down. So I'm going to leave that up to you how you want to create that. All right, now.
So we've got someone from Colleyville, Texas, and it's 54 and sunny.
Oh, that's probably, is that Holly?
Oh, that was Holly. Yes.
Holly,
sorry.
Okay.
And Lavelle's in New Orleans.
Okay.
Willow says no, but have made a tree with only baking utensil ornaments. I'm in Minnesota. I would love to do the scribe exchange next year.
Oh, yes. Good. We would love to have you.
And then we have Facebook users. I'm too busy watching this awesome project. And then we have a Facebook user that's in San Antonio with great weather.
San Antonio. Is that Julie? Julie should be in church doing that Messiah program. So I don't know if it's her.
Her name usually shows. And Kathy's in Tennessee, and we had wicked bad weather last night. Further west, they had a tornado.
Yes, I heard you guys really got hammered.
And Becky's from Phoenix, Arizona. Becky Chauville.
Hey, Becky.
And we have a Facebook user from sunny California, warm and nice.
Is that Fabiola or Phyllis? Who is that?
It was Fabiola. Yes.
Okay.
And Nadine's here from Victoria,
Canada. Do you remember that I used to always tell people she was from Washington or Alaska? Because I was always trying to remember which part of Canada when I first was getting to know her, where she was from. So I used to say, my friend from Alaska. Oh, wait, I mean north of there, Canada.
And by Willow, it's 28 with a little bit of snow.
Oh, my goodness.
And then Angela's in Hendersonville, Tennessee, with cold. And it's cold now after a storm.
Oh, okay. You guys really had a lot of weather today.
Janine, it's rainy and 50, and she wants to do this next time.
Oh, good.
And Stacy is in San Antonio. And Whoopi is in rainy Central PA.
Hey, Whoopi, what are you doing tonight?
And Aideen is saying, yes, Alaska.
I used to say that all the time. And Nadine would say, I am not from Alaska, Amy. I was like, I know. I'm just trying to, I'm geographically challenged without my thing in my vehicle telling me which direction I'm going. And so I actually had to sit down. I have a very visual memory though. So I had to sit down and find her island.
And we have Kelly from South Carolina, and it's raining here. And she's watching carefully. She didn't know that I don't know that I'll get to mine this year.
I sure hope you do. It's going to make you feel better. It'll perk you up. Now, do you see how I'm starting to tilt them, guys? I'm starting to naturally just tilt them towards the top.
And Nimroz is here from Canada as well.
Hello. Oh, Nimrose, I did not find any more copper cookie cutters. So I've set the two aside for you, the fairy and the penguin. So much more on the gold row. I hate it when they do that. Jen, you okay?
Yeah, sorry. It's my Roomba. It's emptying its bin.
Oh, it's like, what's happening there? It sounded like water.
I was kind of hoping it wouldn't do it, but it did.
It's okay. Only on a live. Now, do you guys see how I'm kind of alternating the gold and the green? Now I'm going to start putting the green back over the gold for a little bit in my twist. You see that? Because I just don't want too much of one color to be the predominant. And as I'm going up, I'm going to a shorter scribe. I'm starting to angle in more maybe 75 degrees. And remember, this is just my basic setting. So if I see something I want to adjust, I'll adjust all of these before I come back and do all of the filler. Okay. How are we doing on time, Jen?
It is 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So we've been on for 52 minutes.
Okay. I think I can get this done in the next half an hour. So you guys, if you have to go, you can watch the replay, but I do think I'll have it done in the next half hour. Okay. And Jen, you're still okay on time?
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
My husband will feed the cats.
I think everyone at my house ate before I went live. I think. Even the girls.
Their dinner time is 5 o'clock. So
yeah. Somebody was kind of chiding me the other day that they think it's so funny that I feed my dogs, that I make their food. But you know what? They're a breed that should have only lived to be 13, 14 years old, and they're 16, 15 and a half, and 15. I had 4. I'm down to 3. I lost one because she had a heart aneurysm. So not something we could have done something about.
Right.
But my dogs get rotisserie chicken and boiled carrots, sometimes little baby potatoes, whatever. It's cheaper than dog food and it doesn't have all the chemicals. So
exactly.
I try to do nice stuff for my babies. They keep me happy.
So Mary said she's in South Carolina sitting in her no window office at the hospital. So this is definitely cheering her up.
Oh, is that Mary Brayman? Is
yes.
That who that is? Okay. Good to see you, Mary. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I know it seems so weird to me to be doing this craft project on a video for you guys. Seriously, I feel weird about this, but hopefully you're enjoying it. On the back, you guys, I just noticed that I grabbed a short scribe, and so it's really lost in the ribbon. So now I have to take a second and find a longer one because that's just not going to look right as we go forward. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck that longer one in. So when you see something as you're going up the tree with your initial placement, just change it out. Don't worry about it. Just change it out and keep moving. My Mickey.
Mary says you're so talented.
Thank you, Mary. Just trying to keep you guys active and happy. Oh, I just love, you should see these scribes, Jen. Like I'm trying not to be the corny person that tells you where every one of these came from, but like everyone I put in here so far, I can tell you where I got it.
But that's great memories for you as you do it.
Yeah, this is like, that's why my mom and I used to collect Christmas ornaments together, because we did it together, right? We used to go to Hallmark shows and stuff back in the day when they had them. And do ornament swaps and all that kind of stuff when I was younger. I started collecting little Hallmark ornaments when I was 18, and we did that together. So I was like, you know what? This is something I do with all my cookie friends. Now I'm putting my yellow boo-boo stick in here. That's also one of my favorite tools. Oh, now that made this ribbon loose. Can you guys see I'm just tightening it up so that I'll still be able to see my Mickey? And you see, I'm not gluing any of this. I'm not ruining anything. Everything is going to be reusable. If I wanted to leave this up all year, I definitely could. I like the whole experience of making it each year, though. I mean, that's just fun for me. I like to do things like this. I'm used to decorating big storefronts at Christmas time. So this is small potatoes compared to that, but it still makes me feel like I'm in it, you know? And at this point, I am picking scribes, and I'm alternating, and I'm trying to alternate the ribbon because I just want to make sure. Deb's granddaughter, Deb in our group, I don't know if she's watching or not, but Deb's granddaughter made all these. That was my very first cookie con in Dallas. And she had the little red wagon. I don't think I knew you yet then, did I, Jen? That first one? Did I know you then?
Yes.
How did we meet?
We met at one the first time we both did cookie-a-thon.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Another great online experience. That's right. Was that a spring? That was the holiday one, right? Because my first one was that fireplace.
Yes. Yeah. So it was probably right before, right? The year before, the Christmas before Austin.
Yeah. Well, maybe 2 years before, because COVID hit that year. Remember?
Oh, right.
I feel like we lose track of I have to tighten this one up, but I don't want to break the cone. So when you're getting taller on the cone, you got to be careful and go through the ribbon before you press into the cone, okay? Because you don't want to snap the neck. I did do that once as well. And what I'm doing is I'm checking these as I'm going up the tree that they're coming in. So they're also creating that visual effect of the shape of the tree, okay? So be checking that too, and that'll help you know when to start tilting. Yeah, that's funny. It was a lifetime ago, wasn't it?
It was. It was. I can't believe it's going to be 2024.
I can't either. And you know what? My birthday is 4/24. So it's going to be fun for me this year. I always like numbers when the numbers line up for me.
So if you like that, my dad's birthday was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No.
He was born January 23rd, 1945.
Oh, that's so cool. I do like stuff like that. Just because I think it's unique, you know?
Jessie Ann says it's gorgeous what you're doing.
Is she liking it? Is she going to make one? That's the thing. Are you going to make one? To show off your treasures. I think I could have even pulled this 3 inches higher. Is that another roll? Okay. We're almost through the first set of ribbons. So this ribbon, you guys, just so you know, on a tree this tall, There's 15 foot. So we're using 2 colors together, and it might take us to the top, but I think we're going to need a smidge off the second set of rolls. And that's only because we're doing 2 colors together, because when we fluff it, it makes an incredible difference on how full the tree looks.
So Nadine says you and Dale shall share birthdays. And mine's 3 days before, the 21st.
And we are also, and Nadine, yeah, Nadine's is that one too. And Dale and I are both chocoholics. I don't know if that has anything to do with our birth date, but it's another fun thing we have in common. All right. Oh, that looks good. And I'm loving how all the charms are showing up so well. We still okay?
Yep, we're good.
So cute. This is from this year's Scribe Exchange. Now you see I'm starting to angle. Can you guys, oh, that ribbon's moving though. It's going to be too loose. The reason you want to fix it right when you catch it is because I'm doing one long piece of ribbon, or 2 pieces together, but essentially one long piece this year. Whereas last year we did those mini bows. So last year it was easier to pull stuff on and off the tree. It was easier.
So,
but sorry, go ahead.
Nope, I was just going to say, Jessie Ann says she'll do a tree when she has time, and she'll do all the gifts from CookieCon.
Awesome. That sounds wonderful. You know, I have enough ornaments from CookieCon to do a whole, like probably a 3-foot bakery tree.
Oh my.
I do have, people gave a lot of ornaments this year.
Trisha finally joined us, and she says, this is looking so cool.
How are you doing this evening? Is that Trisha Collins?
Yes, that was Trisha Collins.
Shout out to you, Trisha, for organizing the Scribe Exchange. I hope this helps everybody put them to use and helps us get more people for next year. She did a really great job with this, Jen. And Jen, shout out to you for helping me figure out Google Forms. How many years old was I when I learned how to do a Google form? Not well.
It's all good.
But now I know how to do them. It's so handy.
Well, you'll get addicted. You'll just be doing Google Forms for everything.
I know. I love it because it's so organized, and then I can save it on my computer, and I'm not looking in 15 places. Really like it. But Jen helped us with that, you guys. So that was like, I can't do what we did for the mixer. I'll lose something. Like I have too much on my brain right now. That can't happen. All right. Now I'm going to tuck this green where my end is. I'm just going to tuck it into the layer below. And there seems to be a little extra gold. So I'm going to continue with the gold. Again, I'm angling up just a little bit. But look, I don't want to go too far plain gold. Can you guys see this, how you can see through it?
Yeah.
So we need to go ahead and start the green. And I am going to trim this if I can find my scissors. I'm going to trim it before we start.
So while you're doing that, Holly says that I need to teach her how to do Google Forms. Maybe we'll just do a live with Google Forms.
Hey, why don't we do that, Jen? Because I bet everybody would really, really benefit from that.
After the holidays.
Yeah, let's please.
And we'll have to wait to see. Maybe we can do it while I'm trying to recover from my hip surgery because I'll be bored.
Yes, because Jen is going to be bedridden for a few weeks. So if she's not in too much pain, maybe we could do that. That way we can also feel like we checked in on you and that you're okay. All right, but you see how that green provides that backstop for the color there? And we are going to need to go into the second rolls. Then when we add, when we go do our filler scribe, that's when we're going to place the Merry Christmas ribbon so that you can actually see the wording, okay? And I'm starting to use, I've already used up my long. Well, I have one more long. Let me swap this out for something. I'm using up my long. My long are all used up now. That was the last one. So they're all around the bottom. Then I shifted to medium. And then I started angling my mediums upward. So, and let's swap these because that's.
So I don't want to make this about my surgery, but thank you, Trisha. Yes, I am finally getting it.
I'm so excited you are because then we're going to be running around at CookieCon like 100 miles an hour.
I'm hoping that I can move better. And I won't be in so much pain after being on my feet all day.
Yeah, you're going to do great. You are going to do great. You're going to have great surgery. It's going to be good being home to rest for a couple weeks. It's all good. All right. Now I got to pull in this other roll of gold. There we go. I forgot I unwound this one earlier. Shake all that glitter off on the table. There's so much glitter. So much. Just a lot of glitter. All right. Let me trim these tails. I'm just cutting them at an angle. Can you guys see that okay?
Yep.
Cutting them at an angle so that if they happen to poke out of the tree, that they look like I did it on purpose, right? Now, is anybody having any structural questions on this? Like you're watching what's happening and you're okay? You're going to be able to do it on your own? By the way, this looks really good with like candy colors too. Last year I did the pink. I did two. I did the pink one, and then I did that one with my Christmas ribbon from my gift bows that I had left over. You guys going to be okay though? What are they saying?
They're not saying anything. They're just probably mesmerized watching.
With all the glitter. It's the glitter. It's just spellbound them.
But it goes together really fast, it looks like.
It does. It's just because this one's so big. If I had just done the little one like we did last year, we'd be done already. But I feel like pretty much a lot of you are in the same situation as me, where you now have a ton of these, right? So might as well do the bigger one, and it'll look good for photography, right? Then we'll make a reel. We'll make a reel out of this. If I can figure out how to do that tomorrow, I'll give that a whirl. Sometimes I can do those and they are no problem, like super easy. And then other times I go to create one, I can't find the music. I can't find how to tag it. Like it just really, I don't understand. It's like I have brain reset. It's Groundhog Day for me or something. I don't know. Some days are like that, Jen.
It's called getting old.
Yes, it is. And I don't care how you sell it with the years of experience. It is just getting older. It's just coming for all of us. Oh, I just love this. This is so many happy memories. Now, you guys, I don't have a turntable, but I do need to flip it because I'm to the point where I need to really line up the front. So you guys will get a chance to see the back. I just want to make sure that I'm not too far up this tree without making sure my front is also lined up, okay?
Jessie Ann wants to know if you ever sleep.
When my mom sleeps. when and if my mom sleeps, I sleep. I sleep less now than before, and I didn't sleep that much before, but I'm working on it. It's a funny question.
Janine says she's never done a reel, and she actually don't do videos either.
Oh, no videos? I don't mind the reels, and I love doing the live streams with you guys. And the reels are not that hard because they're improving the technology with the reels. Like every time I go to do one, they made something better, and it's a little easier to do it. So I don't mind it. But I also don't like, huh?
I've only done a few.
I just don't like spending a ton of time. Like you get lost in those things because if you go look at someone else's to see like what's everybody doing, how should I do this, whatever, you will get sucked down that rabbit hole so fast.
Hello, Renee, who just joined us. Renee Hamilton.
Hey, Renee, how are you tonight? So yes, if you're just joining, I turned this around so that I could make sure the front of the tree was getting properly covered, and then I'll rotate it back so you can see it. Because this is a really cool jar that I'm working in that is from my penny candy display at my first retail store back when I was 30.
So I was having, I don't know if I told you, Amy, I'm going to go back to my little marshmallow. These are the kind of jars I was thinking of putting marshmallows in, and at my events, letting people make their own 6-packs of marshmallows instead of me redefining them.
Yeah, and you know they come in acrylic now. You can get these. I saw them in acrylic.
This would be awesome. Stack them up with marshmallows.
Absolutely. And let them pack. I think that's a great idea too, because somebody might want 6 salted caramel, and that would get their Butterfingers off my banana pudding, so that there's some to send me.
So Janine says she hasn't done the videos because it's a fear of being on video and messing up and looking goofy. We all look goofy and we all mess up. It's totally okay.
And we totally don't care because you guys keep coming back. So you must not mind it too much.
Exactly. Don't let that stop you. Just do it.
Yeah. Plus, if you're afraid of it, you should probably do it anyway. Right? It should be the thing that you do in 2024.
Exactly. There's plenty of groups that let people do guest instructing, so just do it. That's how Amy and I broke out too.
Yeah, that's right. You just start. You just got to start somewhere. But I'm warning you, listen, like you think you might not like it, but you'll probably very easily become addicted to it. I probably should have worn a skirt that fit tonight because this one keeps sliding down. Let me just roll it up a little bit over here.
Well, while you're doing that, Charlotte says, wow, you did a lot while she was on her walk, and it's beautiful.
It is so pretty, and I don't even have all the scribes in yet. I was actually just looking for a paper towel too I don't want this glitter to grind into my table. There, that's better. All right, and I'm going to have glittery feet when I go walking around the house because I'm barefoot right now, which I don't normally do. I don't know why I did it. I guess just because I was standing, but I just realized I'm standing in a pile of glitter, so it's probably all ground into my feet.
That's awesome. You'll just have a glittery house.
Yeah, my dogs are going to be like, oh, yeah, it's definitely Christmas. You guys, I'm almost to the top of this, like to where I'm, where it's like filled in. I'm going to add the Merry Christmas ribbon, then I'm going to add the special ones, and then I'm going to backfill. But I still have so many scribes on the table. There's a lot of scribes. I'm going to set this up tomorrow on my battery operated rotating turntable. And I think for the reel, I'll just do by this spinning. So you guys, if you watch this tonight and you see a reel go up, please do a love and a comment. And if you see somebody else post a scribe tree, because I literally, even last year, saw no one doing anything like this, just tag Cookie Snack Attack. Like it takes so little to say, hey, I learned something here. And then that helps our group. So just make sure that you tag us so that people can come do other fun things with us. Here goes my thingamajiggy. Oh gosh, I'm afraid I'm going to break the cone. Let me run it in the ribbon first.
Yeah, that's a thick one.
Yeah, I have to have this one on here though because it's one of my faves. It's the scooper on the end for all the memories of how many cookies I've had to scrape off, Jen, in my lifetime. And it always is near the front. I like having it near the front. All right, now I'm to the top. So I'm really looking at my pile here, the ones that I want to make sure that like they really get seen. It's not going to matter for us for the reel, but it will matter because I'm putting it on my fireplace in the other room. So let's see. I just want to take a second and remind everyone that you just don't know how short time is until you have no more. So take time this holiday season, whatever your holiday is, take time this holiday season and make sure that you're reaching out and spending it with the people that you want to or people that you've been missing. Like don't let a year go by if there's somebody you want to talk to because you just never know. Oh, here's one. I got this when I was with Miss Pamela at the Omni.
Ooh.
Last year we went to see in Ashland, we went to see the gingerbread competition once it was over, see the top 10 pieces and then whatever pieces that were still left there. This one I got there and I got a really cool, like it's not a shot glass. It's like a little cup with a handle, but it's small like a shot glass. And it was rose gold and I use it all the time to paint with. Just use it so much. Are we okay?
Yeah, you're at like 520.
Ooh, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I'm so close. Are you okay, Jen?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Look at all this glitter. You really can't, the camera's not like flaming up with all this
Nope.
glitter flying.
You can't see the glitter at all flying.
Oh my gosh, it's everywhere. And I think it's even up my nose. Now I am tightening at the top, you guys. Wait, where's the front? Is this the front right here, Jen?
Yes.
I am tightening up how close the ribbon loop is at the top of the tree. I'm like pulling it in just a little bit more. It's only 2 fingers deep instead of 2 inches. But I'm just doing that the top 4 inches.
So we can't see the very top of the cone yet because
Here we go.
Think,
How's that? Is that good?
Yep, that's good now. I was waiting to have you move until you were up there higher.
All right. Are we good though? You can see everyone's okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So much gold, so much glitter.
Allison says it's looking awesome.
You like it, Allison? How was your drive home today? Oh, we got to move this one down a little bit, you guys, because I can see the cone. That bow, who did that bow from the Scribe Exchange? Who did that gorgeous little pink bow for me? I adore that thing. It's so cute. Did everybody like the scribes I made for the box? If you're watching and you were in the Scribe Exchange, did you like the 2 I made? I love these. I hope, oh, I have to rearrange one of these because you can't see the pink one, and I like for this to be on the front. So let me put something else right there. I hope Mike sees this because I really love these piping bag scribes. When Sally sent those to me, I was like, I love them. You know, sometimes you just see something and it's so cute. And Jen is like,
Nadine says that Nadine said they are cute.
I'm going to put a gingerbread person in here too before we turn the ribbon and go the other direction. Let's put a little gingerbread people.
Allison said it was okay. Sister canceled family Zoom. He's sick again. LMAO, the comments I want to make about the golden child sister.
Allison, behave. We're on video. All right. All right. Oh, I just love that. Wait till you guys see that. I'll zoom in so you can see it. I'll spin the whole thing for you. And you know what? Remember how I said I thought we would only need a little bit of the second 2 rolls of ribbon? We're going to, because I'm having to tighten it up and make it tighter at the top, we're going to use all of it, I bet. Seriously, I think all of it's going to get used up. Are you guys so excited about Tuesday with that mini class with Timbo? Wasn't that nice since he had to reschedule?
That was very nice of him.
That he's doing a whole class like that and the supply list is up. I'm super psyched about that. He's so busy because he's teaching every weekend. It was just really nice that he could be in both of the events because initially he only committed to Halloween. I mean, but anytime that I can tape him saying, Amy, you're adorable, I think that's a good night. Do you remember that from that Ermagod?
I don't.
Okay, so there, I thought someone was messaging him. I'm like, oh, this person seems to know you, and I think it's their name, you know, because how people type their name when they can't see the StreamYard. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like I'll say type the name in the comments. So I thought it was Irma Gard. I couldn't see the screen, but it was that like, oh no, my ribbon one just fell into my trash can over here. So I thought it was someone messaging him, Irma, saying, you know, hello or something. And it was somebody doing that funny meme of Irma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yes. So he's like, Amy, you're adorable. And I was like, I'm going to save that part of the video. Thank you. That's going to show up in a reel one day. So funny. I'll have to think of some things he can say when he's on Tuesday so we can get him recorded.
Janine says definitely a moving turntable would be great. Then you'd see them all.
Well, yeah, for the video, but I'm not going to do that in the other room because the last year I was so worried it was going to fall over. But for the video, I have a nice heavyweight cake turntable that's battery operated. That's what I'm going to put it on. All right, now I am doing really well with getting the ones that I want right here in the front. So now what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to finish the front first, because if I run out of ribbon, I want that to be on the back, not the front. Oh, these are so stinking cute. And then I have decided I am going to hot glue that cool little gnome on here and then have him hold a scribe so that it makes more sense than just gluing him on here. So I'm going to make a nice fluffy ribbon base for him at the top. Let me see.
Facebook user says it's so pretty and she loves it, or he loves it. They love it.
We don't know who it is, do we?
No, it just said Facebook user.
Now, remember, you can do this with one color, but if you do, use something opaque, not something translucent on your ribbon, okay? Not anything organza or whatever, because it won't cover the color of the cone. Okay, so just remember little things like that for when you go to design yours. You can do different colors of ribbon. And I'm going to put my Merry Christmas on here in just a minute, too. I don't want to forget to do that.
Fabiola wants to know, did you count how many scribes you're using? So did you count them as you're putting them in?
No, Lord, no. And I'm afraid to know, honestly. I'm kind of afraid to know. I might count them all when I take them off, but I don't think this would be a good thing for me to know prior to Christmas. There's so many here, you guys. Like, seriously, I don't even know. All right, I'm going to put a Grinch up top. That'll make Miss Debbie happy. I put Allison's up there. Let me trim this end, because then I'm going to be, I used all 4 rolls of that ribbon.
That's a lot of ribbon.
Yeah, well, basically it's 30 foot if you did a solid 1.5 inch and you only did one color. But I do really, really enjoy how the 2 colors of ribbon look. So I always do 2 color. You don't have to, you guys, but I do enjoy it. So that's why I did it. And I kind of snazzed this tree up a little bit from last year too. I did additional things to it that we didn't do last year. Now I'm just taking the end of my ribbon, rolling it around, and now I'm going to go straight through it and pin this in place. All right, now let me just rotate it so you can see it. This is not filled in though, okay? This is just the basic placement. And I'm looking at them as I'm spinning it. Can I see the ones I really want to see? Do I need to fluff the ribbon before I start filling? And now what I'm going to do is put my gnome on top. Okay. I have my hot glue gun going. And I have my little gnome. Do you see him? Whoopsie. I'm going to have to unplug the glue gun though. So this is a one-shot deal. That's the front. I'm going to glue him right to the cone, not to the ribbon or the other scribes. So I just need a dollop. Not too much. Can you see him?
Yes.
All right. Does he look good?
Well, so your Grinch one covers his face. I don't know if you care about that.
Well, I'll just reposition the Grinch because I wanted him to look like he was holding the Grinch.
Okay.
But he's cute, right?
Yes.
All right. How's that? Like that?
Yes, that's better.
Okay, perfect.
Now it's not covering his nose.
Now, let me do my Merry Christmas ribbon on the front. So let me pull this back a little bit. Let's go down a little bit. Hopefully this camera is working out okay for you guys.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, let's go right there. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pin it in place, and then I'm going to turn it around to make sure I have it where I want it before I cut it. Now, here's the other weird thing. This ribbon, as a right-hander, I really needed to be coming off the roll the other way so that I can start up here and come down. So I'm going to have to guess that I want like 1 Merry Christmas, 2 Merry Christmas, 3 Merry Christmas, and just go back that far. And then leave a little extra on the end because I won't do as well working the other way. Okay. So let's pull off 3 full Merry Christmas and then half a Christmas on one and half a Merry on the other. Again, we're going to use our scribes to put this in place. So I want to start like right up in here behind this one. And let's just pin straight through it, but not through all that other ribbon. You got to pin through the red ribbon and then get in between the other ribbon because you don't want to smush it. What was the point of all that beautiful ribbon if we just smush it, right? All right, so now I want my Merry and my Christmas to show, so I want to just tuck it. I don't want to pin it, right? I want to pin in the trees if you have something where it's written, and then I want to tuck it behind other scribes that are already on here, okay? And that will hold it in place and not cover up the scribes. So let's get a Christmassy one. One of these would be good with all the bling. I love bling on this thing. Grab the tree. Any questions, comments, anything coming in?
So Charlotte says it's super cute. Fabiola says it's fantastic. And she loves the gnome on top. Ira says, ooh, I love this.
Fabiola's demo last night was so good, wasn't it?
I missed it because I was at my event. My event was a nighttime event.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it was 3 to 9.
That is a long day on a Saturday.
Yes, it is.
All right. Now, I'm going to have to cut it in between.
And Kathy says it looks great. Willow says, love the entire tree. And Fabiola says, thank you.
I really want that cutter, Fabiola, from your, uh-oh, I just broke a charm. Uh-oh, I'll have to add that one back. Your piñata, I want to take that and make a tree star with that. You know, your piñata cutter, do you know what I'm talking about? Does she know?
She probably did.
That shape was just really beautiful.
And
all right, now
Jessie Ann says, just loving it all. Yes, her demo was wonderful. All demos are great.
Mm-hmm. Everything has been outstanding. I mean, you guys have just knocked it out of the park. And you brought different stuff than Halloween.
And Fabiola says she'll get it for you.
You will?
Cutter,
you can tell me where to order it. Now, this red ribbon, you guys, do you see how I'm pushing that through there before I start pushing to the cone? Because I don't want to break my cone at this point. You have to be so careful. I have so much weight on here, right? Like this is very stable because it's filled with all those sprinkles, but it could easily become unstable. Now, I don't like how my ribbon looks right here, so I'm going to unpin it with the one I pinned it with, come up between the two above it. I want a little more of an angle, and then I'm going to pin in there. And I'm always pushing on the opposite side of where I'm pushing when I'm putting in something like that. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to pull it back because I don't want to hide the scribes. And you know what? I'm really liking this. How do you like this, Jen?
I love it. So does Karen.
Karen Green. Okay. Now I'm just going to give it a quick spin. I see one little hole there. So I'm just going to stick a scribe in there. It's so small. I'm just going to put a scribe in there. That's going to cover it so you can't see the cone. All right. Now, how about we put some lights on this baby? I'm going to turn them on. Now, I know a lot of you are team Christmas light where you put them way back in the tree. You put them under your ribbon and all of that. I don't do all that. I like them out in the front. But I also leave my Christmas tree on all night so I can see it.
Whoopi says that she loves it.
All right. Awesome. Now, this battery pack. I'm going to hang off 2 of the scribes in the back. I'll flip it around in a minute so you can see it. Eventually, I'll put a Velcro dot on there. I'll do that when we get done. But I'm just anchoring the weight of that battery pack to the scribes, and the weight of the scribes is pushing down on the jar. And now I'm just going to start looping and weaving. I don't want to tie this. I want this to come off easy later. I don't want to go insane in January. So I'm just loosely weaving in between these scribes. That's all I'm doing. So it's sitting on the scribes. Okay, because the lights need to be on the beads.
Nadine says she leaves her tree on all day.
All day and all night? Does she do both?
Probably. That would be my guess.
Mine's on. I love it. I mean, you don't get to do it all the time, so. And I'm also not going all the way around the tree when I do my lights. I like work an area and then go to the next area because I don't like the uniform look, but that's just me. If you really do like this extremely uniform look of putting lights on a tree and this is like really killing you, it's okay with me if you do it a little different. You're not going to get any penalties or anything.
So Nadine says yes, all day and all night.
No, I just love it. Priscilla put a 9-foot Christmas tree in her entryway, and she doesn't need some of her rooms. The trees, she said, they're so bright she doesn't even need to turn the lights on. Everything's Christmas lights right now. Or maybe that was her sister-in-law Amanda. Remember Amanda that came to retreat?
Yes.
She does so many Christmas trees. She's like me. She like load that house up with trees. She does so many that she can do her whole house off just Christmas tree lighting at this time of year. Isn't that cool?
Expensive.
Well, maybe not anymore with the LEDs, right? It might maybe not as bad as it used to be. All right, so I am going to use my second pack. All right, can you guys see if I pull it here? Can you see where it's? I just have them hanging on the back, and I'll put a Velcro dot to hold the weight. But right now the weight is just being held by the scribes. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to tuck this in and let the scribes on the back hold this because the scribes are up against the jar. And so I'll put these side by side, and then I'll probably put some ribbon back there. Then I'm going to make one loop around one of the scribes where it's kind of hidden. And then I'm going to tuck in that part, and then I'm just going to start doing the weaving. Okay, and I like them out on the edge. I really like my lights to show, but if you don't, I'm gonna just warn you about one thing. If you try to do these lights before you do the scribes and the ribbon, don't call me upset if you cut your wire in half.
So Trisha said she took a wreath making class last night. So now I'm thinking about doing a scribe wreath for my cookie kitchen.
Absolutely. This would be great on a wreath as well. You're just going to have to be careful about the weight, but I'm sure you can figure out how to anchor that.
Now, well, they have those metal frames for the wreaths, so you could probably anchor it onto that.
I actually meant wherever you hang it, so it doesn't pull out of your drywall or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? This sucker's, I bet if I weigh this, I bet this is a good 30 or 40 pounds right now. This is in no way light at this point.
So Willow says she looked on Pinterest and didn't find any scribe trees.
Well, good. So you can say you saw it here first. Say it was Amy's creation. Bring them to our group, girls. Go get them.
Now I'm seeing the glitter all over your shirt.
Oh, yeah. It's bad, right? Sorry. So bad. Now I'm going to step back and just look at this and make sure I have plenty of lights. Evenly spaced. I really like it because they actually stick out, because on this wire, if you wind it up, like curl it and then stretch it back out, it's wavy. And so it sticks out like old-timey tinsel is what it looks like to me. All right. I really like my Merry Christmas ribbon placement. That's looking good. I love it with my sprinkles. I've got all of my wire away from the base. So now I am safe to just start sticking scribes in here. Anything extra.
So Jessie
I was just going to say, I didn't need the filler, but if I did need the filler, all I would be doing, I would grab whatever I wanted to fill with, like a little ball, and I would just nestle it in this ribbon. That's all I would do if I wanted filler. Can you see that even? Am I too far away? Let's do it up front.
It's a little far. It's blending in a little. Yeah.
Let me take something red and show you. So like there's red Christmas trees in this packet. So if I needed a little pop, I would just put it in here and like set it on a scribe and tuck it into the ribbon like that. I'm not going to need any filler. I still have like 50 scribes to go. But if you do this size, like 1 to 1.5 inches. Okay. And also, if you want to get really wild and crazy, you can take some of this if you feel like you don't have enough fluff, like let's say you go for the big tree and you don't quite have enough ornaments. If you wind this around your finger and make the curly cues, you can just cut them off with a, what are snips? You know what I'm talking about? Crafting pliers.
Oh, like plier, yeah.
Yeah, you can tuck these in so they come out like a curly cue if you want to go even a little more extra, okay? And if you have leftover ribbon, you can just use these, our bow tags. It's going to take a lot more ribbon this way, though. And I think I am going to try to hang my copper cookie cutters around this part of the jar, but I'll do that tomorrow once I have the Velcro in place.
So Willow wants to know if she can take a screenshot of the tree and post on Pinterest with credits to you.
I would love for you to do that. Or do you want to wait for me to photograph the whole thing tomorrow out in the sun? I mean, I'm okay if you do a screenshot, absolutely. And look, I'll even give you a nice smile with my elf hat. Did you get one? But I will take a nice picture tomorrow and knock out the background, and then you guys can use it on whatever you want, okay? I really just want you to try to make one so that you'll have, it's what, the 10th? Is it the 10th of December? We have 15 days for Christmas. And then reasonable people will leave everything up until at least the 1st. So that's 5 more days. And if you can blame it on like a reason that you can't take your stuff down, you can gain 5 more days. So you only have 20 days to enjoy this.
So if you want to, I had a Christmas village that I put up in my last house, and I had it up for 3 years and I never took it down because it just took so long to put up and down. 3 years it stayed.
But did you have room for it? Because I believe in leaving things out if you have room for them.
It kind of had room for it. I mean, it kind of got in the way after a while, but.
Well, it fell off again. I thought I fixed it. Do you have room at the new house?
I do not. So it hasn't gone up. I haven't found a spot for it in this house.
Okay. Does anybody, that's a good question though. Let's hit the algorithm for a minute. Does anybody have anything like they've collected their whole life? Here, Nadine, your Canada one's right on the front, baby. Can you see it? She's still watching. It's her Canada one from this year that she sent me. Isn't that pretty? I like how you say Canada, though, Jen. You say it different than I do. Let's fluff his beard so Kelly will be happy.
How do I say it?
No, say it.
Canada.
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 I think I say it with a harder A. I like the way you say it. It's pretty. All right.
Nadine says she's going to leave. I'm going to leave mine out on the fireplace all year. It's too pretty.
All right. I like that idea. And we can use our cans of bear to dust it if it gets to that point. And Nadine, did you see that your Canada's on top? We have good U.S.
Nadine says I say it correctly.
Yeah, you probably do. You probably do. But
there's plenty I don't with my New York accent that comes out every now and then.
You have to take into account that I have to really work on not letting my Southern loose all the time. Like, I'm surprised that I'll say all of y'all up there in.
So Linda also says, I say Canada the way us Canadians say it.
Yeah, you do say it right, but you'll make allowances for me, right? Because I love my Canadian friends.
And then Fabiola says you could probably do one for each season.
Oh, Fabiola, wouldn't it be cool if we had like Easter scribes? Hey, Trisha, are you here? Oh my gosh, I don't even know if I can get all these on here. I might have to make a second small tree. Like, I'm really working it, and I don't think this is happening without starting to take away from the other ones, Jen. There's so many.
I didn't realize you took apart the one you made last year.
Oh, yeah, I did, because we were moving, and I was afraid something would get broken. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to figure out something to give away. And I'm going to have you, let me finish my tree and put the reel up. And once the reel is up, I'm going to let you guys guess how many scribes are on here.
So Trisha says she is here and she's loving it.
Okay, what does she think about Easter scribes? Like for an Easter tree? Is that too much work too quick?
And Janine says, yes, all holidays. I'll just need to know where to get the beads.
Yeah, I think we can help them out with the beads too. We're going to put an album up on Cookie Snack Attack. I don't know that I can do it right after I finish this, you guys, because it's Sunday night and I have some other things I got to take care of, but I will do it tomorrow for sure.
So just a time check. You've been streaming for 1 hour and 40.
All right. I feel like my tree looks really good. I think I could go back and place these scribes on my own later, the ones that are left. But does anybody have any questions? Like, grab something from tonight. If Kelly's here, make sure Kelly. Oh! I almost lost this. I didn't think to wear my gnome headband tonight, so I have Elfie on. But post something. If you want to post something, just tell them, send them the link for YouTube, and then tell them to buy some of these Christmas boxes. They're all up on the SeriouslySweetCupcakes.com, and let's get your cookie friends some cool packages. Most of these have 2 copper cookie cutters in them if you collect. So go check it out. I've got that for sale, and I have my year-long subscription group where we're featuring on celebration theme this year. That's also up. Maybe you can run that website tab for a second, Jen. Let them see that.
That's your cookie group, the free cookie tutorial.
And that way, if you guys want to jump in on that, that's on sale for $110 from $150. So we have lights on here, guys, and you can turn the lights off. So you won't waste those batteries. See how much difference it is, though, when the lights are on? Look at that. It really is a huge difference, I think, when you add that little extra touch there. So the celebration group is up there. It's $110, or you can tip over on the coffee shop site, which was also in that little banner there. And then we have Christmas boxes that I can still get shipped out. I would say safely, anything I ship priority mail from now to Wednesday of this week will arrive in time for Christmas, because it's a daily pickup right now. So if you guys do need anything, or you want me to put together a gift package for you, just message me or call me. Okay. I hope y'all enjoyed this.
Trisha did say that she would do an Easter one.
Okay, awesome.
And Angela says that she loves it.
All right. I definitely need a big screen across the room from me if we're going to do another craft demo, though, because I can't see anything on the screen.
So April says, do you have a place in mind to display the adorable tree?
Yes, we're not running our wood stove yet. We won't start that until January. So this is going to go in the living room on the wood stove, on top of the wood stove. And I'm going to put my Christmas advanced class that we just finished, the Gingy Christmas. I'm going to put my those pieces around it.
All right. So Kathy says, looks awesome with the lights on. Willow says, thanks for the tutorial. And Jessie says, love it. Thank you so much.
And Willow, I think if that's Willow Pillow, I think that's actually a Priscilla. We have 2 Priscillas now. Isn't that fun?
Oh, that is.
Isn't that neat? I think that's who that is. All right, you guys. So I will put a reel up tomorrow. I'll put it on the battery operated turntables so I can get the whole thing. I'll post some pictures for you. But tomorrow, if anybody has any questions as you're creating theirs, or before you go spend money, just message me. Try to keep your ribbon. The main thing is to try to keep your ribbon not more than 1.5 inches wide. And then be careful. If you're going to do the Merry Christmas, you need something that runs sideways. If you want to run your ribbon top to bottom, you need something that is oriented like Mr. Nomi here. Do you see that? Okay. And your ribbon is really going to determine if you have a more rustic casual tree or whether you have a more elegant fancy tree with the glitter and the colors. Also, I also picked green this year I don't think I said this, but I picked green on purpose because I thought the green would read better like Christmas tree, whereas last year I did the pastels. Remember? I thought having the green tucked in with the gold glitter would actually make it look like I had a fake tree under here. Now, the other thing I did try, and this is the last thing, and then I'm going to let everybody go. You know that that garland, but it's like tinsel garland, and it's like 6 to 12 foot long. You know what I'm talking about? It's that soft stuff. you know what I'm talking about, Jen? It's like this.
Yes.
This stuff, only it's like 1.5 inches or 2 inches wide. Okay, so someone asked me the other day, because they were going to try to do theirs early, could they just wrap that all the way up and hot glue it? Yeah, you can, but it does not look as nice. You absolutely can do that, but it doesn't have the effect of having this ribbon and these pop out deals here. But what does look really nice, if you can find the mini garlands like they use for like train sets, they're not as long of needles as regular garland like you use over banisters or doorways or things like that. If you can find the mini ones, this wrapped in evergreen where you can space the evergreen branches, that looks phenomenal. And then you don't need the ribbon at all. It looks very nice.
So before we do run, there is Jessie Ann does say that you have her tomorrow at 5:30.
Yes,
and we have to do my giveaway.
Oh yes. Okay, wait, let me think. Okay, I know what the answer is. I'm going to lean into the camera here, guys, so don't worry. You'll get to see my headband for a minute, and I'm ready to go. So you ask the question.
Okay.
Everyone that's here can participate. And Jen, do you want to say that it can only be U.S., or are you willing to ship to Canada, or are you willing to do something else for them if they're in another country? Because I think Japan's even here tonight.
Yeah, let's do U.S. shipping, and then we'll figure out for somebody.
You can still participate if you're Canadian. We'll figure out something else. If you win, though, we won't ship the markers.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah. So the question is, if you actually watched on last Friday when I was on, or even earlier tonight, how many marshmallow flavors am I up to?
How many does Jen of Prima Cakes and Cookies have developed so far that she is currently selling? What number? What is the number? Oh, we got it. Nadine.
Wow, everyone listened though. There's like a lot of lines.
So great. I just want to go back and make sure.
Ooh, there we go. Yep, she was the first one in.
Yep, Nadine was the first one. Man, you guys were like split seconds of each other. So Nadine, you and Jen figure something out. Nadine won something else, and Nadine, I don't know how we worked that out.
So I can ship to Canada. It was just
with that.
Canada I can ship to. I just didn't want to ship to like Japan because that'd be really expensive. We would have figured something out for that one.
Well, if her Christmas box wasn't going out tomorrow or Tuesday, you could send it here and I'd send it. But it's her. I got to get her box out or she won't have it before Christmas.
No, that's fine. I can ship it to Canada.
Look, you guys, can you see this? That I have this many and then another tub that many left that I have to fit in here. I might just make a smaller tree to put beside it. So I'll be really clear about what the contest is when we do it, whether it's just what's on the big one or if I end up doing two, if it's all of them. Okay. We'll keep it simple, whatever we do. Please message me if you have any questions. And Jen, let me bring you back on camera. So that you can say good night to everybody. Hello there.
Hello.
So did you enjoy this? Did you work while this was going on? Are you going to make one? Do you have enough scribes? Do I need to send you some? I'll share. Do we need some? Let me think about that. No, Jen says no.
I don't think you won't give them up.
Like forever, maybe not. I might share for Christmas. I can't give them up because most of them were presents. That would be like regifting, right?
So Fabiola, if that's you, she's using the gingerbread lights later around the base.
Yes, I'm going to do them. Now look, can you see this?
No, we cannot.
So much glitter. So do that thing. All right, you guys, we're going to sign off. I hope you had a fun evening with us, and we will see you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. with Jessie Ann Riley. Let me just check something. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, no, 5:30. Tomorrow night, 5:30 with Jessie Ann Riley, 7 p.m. with Jean Chappelle doing the cupcake toppers, noon on Tuesday with Timbo for a mini class of the Mean Green Guy, 7 p.m. Tuesday night with Becky Norton, Wednesday, we've got Mimi. Thursday, we've got Laura Perotti. Friday, we've got Samantha Bogman. Saturday, Donna Rohrabath's going to join us. She's gingerbread. So I'm excited for that too, because that's something new we haven't really brought to you before. And Saturday, Lizelle Powell will close us out at 8:30 p.m. So we have 2 on Saturday, 2 on Tuesday, and 2 on Monday. And I think that's going to close everybody out unless there's like some really mad dash and we have to do next Sunday. But hopefully we will be all completed by next Saturday, so you guys don't have to worry about popping on and off. And then I'll see you on Tuesdays. Okay. Jen, thank you. Appreciate you so much. I'm going to put the banner back up real quick and then close it. I'm so excited for tomorrow, Jessie, and I'll see you at 5:30. Jen, thank you for your help tonight. Thank all of you that turned in. If you watch the replay, please give me a few comments. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
Night.